From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good Thursday evening, Center County. I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate. Glad to be joining you on the first dry day of meteorological fall. As we take a look at our 4Cam view, a very different picture from what we saw even 24 hours ago across the Commonwealth. Lots of blue sky and nary a cloud in the sky to be seen anywhere in the Commonwealth except for the northwest or northeast corner. And I'll show you that in just a little bit. I do want to highlight some of the rainfall totals that we saw from the event we had yesterday as Ida traversed the mid-Atlantic. Now these are rainfall estimates, so not confirmed ground truth observations, but you do see the general trend. A little over 3 inches here in State College, about 4 1/4 inches over in Scranton. And the real jackpot totals down in the southeastern corner of the state along the I-95 corridor, some places picking up over 6 inches of rain. That's a month's worth of rain in less than 24 hours. The pictures of the flooding are devastating to look at, and unfortunately, well, it's very widespread across that part of the state. Back here in central Pennsylvania, though, we're basically clicking a big reset button on the weather pattern because all of us are in the middle and some of us in the lower or slightly above middle 70s. Don't quite want to call them upper 70s. Philadelphia getting the warm spot at 77 degrees. But notice the little green number next to the temperature. That's the current dew point, and with the sole exception of Pittsburgh, all of us have dew points in the 40s. It is very dry. We have high pressure helping to usher in some Canadian air, and it feels absolutely great outside. We're also between about 5 and 10 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, so it feels even more pleasant because we've had all of that sunshine to help us warm up. I mentioned some clouds, and you can see those on the satellite picture in the northeastern corner of the state between about Scranton and Binghamton, New York along the I-81 corridor. Other than that, it's really quiet in our neck of the woods. You can see the remnants of Ida spinning off to the northeast in the Canadian Maritimes. But then there's another low pressure system I want to call your attention to. That's getting its act together with precipitation stretching from north central Kansas up to Minneapolis through International Falls and into extreme south central Canada. That's actually going to be our next rainmaker. So as we put this into the future, we're going to look here at the upper air heights, a view about halfway up the atmosphere, and we're going to look at basically the general trend that's going to unfold over the next few days. Tomorrow you can see this big ridge area centered over Arkansas. That's going to help keep the south relatively quiet weather-wise. It's going to keep the mid-Atlantic fairly quiet as well. So we'll have another day of conditions a lot like we had today. But then you can see a trough begin to build in from Canada in the latter half of the weekend. I think a low pressure system is going to be riding this one, that one I showed you over the northern plains, and that'll kick off a few showers here in our neck of the woods. And we could also see a few showers lingering through Labor Day, which of course is this Monday, before that system eventually exits the region and we switch back to a slightly more stable pattern for the day on Tuesday. So for tonight, 50 degrees will be your overnight low. We'll call it cool and quiet, a very still night across much of Center County and much of central Pennsylvania for that matter, with hardly any wind at all overnight. During the day tomorrow, we'll call it mostly sunny with a high of 67, a little bit cooler than we saw today, mainly due to that north wind at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. But then as we head into the rest of the 7-day forecast, we will warm back into the 70s for the weekend, 71 Saturday, 70 on Sunday. We'll warm up gradually as we head through the first half of the week. And by the second half of the week, I see 80s on the horizon. So if you like the warm weather, I think we'll have some. You'll just have to wait a couple extra days. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate. Have a great evening.